Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Today is episode Tuesday. It is Tuesday's episode. And, boy, do I have an interesting thread for you guys today. You know what we do? We got that thread, baby. Today's thread is what's the worst way you have been scam-a-lammed? All right. What's the worst way you've been, we need your car's extended warranty. Let's check it out. When I was 21, I went to Vegas with a group of friends. We got separated due to people just wandering off and doing their own thing for a little while. In some random casino, I had quite a lot of drinks, and these two pretty girls started talking to me. They seemed really interested. I felt like a stud. Oh, man. If you've been to Vegas, you know where it's going. Oh, no. They asked if I wanted to come to a club with me. If I wanted to come to a club with me and the other end of... Hold on, wait, what? They asked if I wanted to come to a club with me at the other end of the strip. Me thinking my night was going to be awesome, I obliged and we went outside to find a ride. They suggested we take a black car because, hey, fuck it. We get in and they start flirting and laughing with me. Amazing. We get to the location a few miles away and they hop out, and apparently we were not splitting the ride, but they said they'd wait for me. They get out and close the door and I see them walking away. The driver just looks back, winces, says, "Hey man, I'm sorry, but that's going to be $150. Yo. Feeling like a chump, but not giving up hope, I get out and the girls are gone. The driver, apparently having pity on me, offers to give me a ride back to the other end of the strip for free, since that was going to be his last one of the night. Oh, I thought this was the other scam that the girls be pulling, where like these really beautiful girls will come up to you and they'll talk to you and be flirty, and they'll be like, "Oh, give me your number. Oh, we can go up to your room and da 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 da." And then when you get up to the room and they're like want to do the deed, they're like, "Okay, it's gonna be like $200," and you're like, "Wait, what?" And then you're like, oh, you're a one of them. You're a lady of the night. Like
she belongs to the streets.
Yeah, I thought that was the scam, but hey, I guess they be getting more creative nowadays. Shit. Someone called my grandmother last week saying her granddaughter had been in an accident and the police took her to jail. A man pretended to be an attorney and asked my grandmother to send over $4,000 for her bail. Damn. Her granddaughter, in quotations, got on the phone too and started fake crying. My grandmother was so upset and almost fell for it because she would do anything for her family. Oh, and they be getting so good with those. Oh my God, like they be using AI now where it like actually sounds like your family member, and it's really fucking convincing, man. That shit be getting crazier and crazier. Oh my God, $4,000. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Oh, that's a lot of money. $4,000. Answer the phone. Hello? Other line, pause, and then, "Hi, this is Amy from Cardholder Services." Okay. I don't think I've ever gotten that one. I mean, I've gotten the whole like, "Oh, hey, this is so-and-so from your credit card line." And I'm just like, I don't even have a credit card in with this company. Like, who the fuck are you? I've gotten that one before, but I've never gotten that. Went to China on a high school trip. Damn, son. I didn't go nowhere in high school. In high school, we didn't do shit. The fuck? Bought some knockoff Heelys, basically just two sets of rollerblade wheels that you could attach to the back of your shoe. I gave the guy 100 yuan and he gave me back 30 rubles. The bills had a similar color and it was dark outside, so I didn't notice. Rubles are worth about 10% of the same amount in yuan. The kicker was that I actually saw the same dude the next day when we were leaving the hotel. He booked it out of there the moment we made eye contact. Damn. So apparently 100 yuan is like $15. That's crazy. $15 for some shoes? That's crazy. Imagine you could never spend that kind of money here and get some shoes. Lost 300K on RuneScape to a scam. Yo, what? 300K on RuneScape, nigga? The fuck? That was hard on me. 2007 me, bruh. That's crazy. 300K, my guy. What the fuck? That's wow. Okay. I mean, I've heard RuneScape is like a very grindy game, but bruh, like, what the? Okay. All right, man. A Mexican cop pulls us over and jabbed in Spanish for a while we stared at him. Then, in perfect English, he said, "Give me $50. I was happy to pay it and be on my way." Okay, perhaps not a horrible scam per se, but visions of being sodomized in Mexican jail were stuck dancing through my head at the time, so it stuck with me. Facts, my guy. Facts. I wouldn't want to be in no Mexican prison either. And if I'm being honest with you, a lot of those prisons aren't even like government owned. They're cartel owned. And it's like you ain't even going to be there for a while. You either going to get killed immediately, try to sold off for a ransom, or they might just be like, "Hey, we turning you into a pack mule." Like, you don't go to prison in Mexico, my guy. You don't go to prison. You get fucking used up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I would have paid that $50 too. I don't know what we talking about. I bet you $5 I can tell you where you got your shoes. Okay, you got them on your feet. I paid the man. That.
Bruh.
Oh my God, what the fuck? Hey, he ain't lying though. He ain't lying. A homeless crackhead guy bet me he could do a 90 push-ups for $10. I obliged, thinking he would stop after like 20 or so, but he did the 90 in a row and earned his $10. I didn't really get scammed, but I shouldn't have bet against a crack-fueled exercise. Hey man, if I'm being honest with you, that's the type of shit I would be doing if I was homeless. I'd be getting buff like a motherfucker out here. Like, for what? I ain't got nothing else to do. You know, just exercise all day. I'll be going to parks and be doing pull-ups and push-ups and all kinds of shit. You got nothing but time, my guy. I'd be getting them jailhouse workouts in, man. Shit. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Wanted to buy a, I guess, 100-pound concert ticket from a dude via Facebook. Big mistake. Yeah, see, that's why you don't buy... I would never, and I mean ever, buy tickets to something from somebody. I'm never. Nah, I'm sorry. I don't care how bad I want to go to this concert show, whatever it is. I don't care how bad I want to go. I don't care how bad I want to do it. Nope. Not going to do it. Not going to fucking do it, man. Nah, because they're either fake or they're scamming you to some degree. You know what I mean? Worst in the sense that it gave me false hope, but my first job offer out of university was with a company that was owned by the Citigroup. Turns out Pre-America was a MLM company and wanted me to pay hundreds of dollars in setup/training fees, and eventually got my relatives to sign up. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, that's the pyramid scheme shit. Yeah, no, man, nah, and I think everybody gets offered a pyramid scheme one way or another. Yeah, because I've gotten offered it too, and I was young too. I think I was like 18 when I got offered it, and it sounds great. Oh, it sounds fantastic. Pyramid scheme sounds wonderful, but if I'm being honest with you, it ain't that wonderful. Thank God I never did it. Like, my dad did it when he was young, and he told me about it, and he was just like, "Don't do that." He's like, "Don't, because you're going to get stuck in this bullshit of selling crap nobody wants, going door to door, working hours upon hours for no kind of pay." Like, nah, don't even, man. Don't even. You just scamming your friends at that point. My mate got scammed buying weed on Instagram. Nigga. Okay. All right, man. You're stupid as fuck for that. Like, what the hell are you doing? Paid $200 pounds for an ounce over PayPal. Kid then deleted his Instagram. My mate found out his name and address and posted it on Instagram. Turns out he had scammed a few people. He starts messaging my mate begging him to take his name and address down because people had gone to his house, which was actually his grandma's house, and kicked a door down to get their money back. My mate wouldn't take it down unless the $200 was paid back to his account. I seen all the messages going back and forth. The lad was literally crying and saying how stupid he was and then he can't believe he scammed people over weed. Nigga, why would you fall for that though? My guy, I would be, if I'm buying weed from a person, I'd be like, let's meet up somewhere and then I pay you, you give me the shit and we're Gucci. And if you want to pull some scam shit, well then I could beat your ass right then and there. You know, like we can get an altercation. Like what the fuck, man? But like, if I'm being honest with you, that's why a lot of times I'm like, man, glad they made this shit legal. You can just go to the store and just buy it. You ain't got to deal with no weed man no more. You know, fuck all that, dude. Fuck all that. Oh my goodness. When I was 18, my friend and I were in a hookah lounge and we met this guy who said he ran this pretty popular online radio station and he could give us a program on it. I was kind of skeptical about it, but my friend was really excited to do it and she convinced me we should do it. He said we have to pay $35 to buy the slot, which I thought made sense at the time. So I put up the money. We were supposed to meet with him again the next day so he could show us how to do everything. My friend was really excited and we spent the rest of the evening putting together a mix CD of what songs we wanted to play. The next day we went to meet him again in the hookah place and he was not there. We asked an employee about him since he said he often hosted the program there. They said they had never seen him before yesterday. It was only $35, but at that time it was a decent amount of money for me. And the worst part, I was actually excited to do a radio show. Damn. Oh, that's gotta suck. And you know, honestly, those kind of scams be happening now. You know, with the whole like, oh, buy followers and buy viewers and buy comments and all that kind of, hey, that shit I feel is a scam. Like crazy. And you know, people want the clout so bad. You know, people want their podcast, their gaming channel, their this, their that to be successful so bad. A lot of people do that. They will buy views and they will buy all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, man, you're in it for the wrong reasons if you're doing shit like that, if I'm being honest with you. You know, you're just in it for the wrong reasons. You're not doing it because you actually enjoy it. You're doing it because you want to quit your day job, you know? Like for me, I love doing this podcast, but you know, if it turns out to make money, cool. If not, it is what it is, man. Like I have a job already, you know, like my job pays me well. I don't mind my job too much. You know what I mean? I love doing this just because it's fun and it's enjoyable. And it's why I really only do it once or twice a week. You know, it's like, it is what it is to me, you know, but people who are just like solely looking out for just that, they want to go viral so bad, or they want to do this, they want to do that so bad. It's just like, oh, and then that it sucks because if you're that type of person and you do go viral and you do get successful, we're always going to be chasing the next high. You know what I mean? You're always going to be like a Neon or a Jack Doherty or, you know, these guys that they are just chasing the next viral clip, you know, and you're never going to be as popular as your last clip. You're just not. You know, there's only so much virality that you can have. There's only so much attention that you can keep on yourself because there's new people coming into the game every single day, you know, and trying to stand out is tough, man. It's tough, especially when you're a real young kid and you got no life experience. You know what I mean? Like that's how you get scammed. That's how you get fucked over. But hey, you know, it's the way of the world now. Booked flights with Ryanair. Okay, tried to change them. Got in contact with a Ryanair guy who changed them. Website is 100% bullshit and doesn't work. Live chat is always offline. Went to pay the fee for changing. Couldn't see the changes before paying. €165 to view and see the change to the wrong month. Wow. Got in contact with him again. Now the fee to change the correct date is an additional €532. Fuck Ryanair and their additional fees for winking, taking a breath, or sitting on the plane. Never again. I've never heard of Ryanair, but it sounds like Spirit to me. Like, let's be honest, man. It sounds like Spirit to me. Like, what the fuck is going on here, man? Ay, ay, ay. Oy. We got another one. Yep, Peer America. As a recent high school grad, someone told me to sit through this presentation of how you can earn X amount of money per week, yada, yada. Every person you get to work for you, you get a share of what they earn. Yeah. Up to this point, I'd never heard of a pyramid scheme. I sat through the presentation, and then they take you individually or with one other person, I can't remember, and get you to sign up requiring a direct deposit from my bank account. When I told my parents about this, I immediately knew this was a huge mistake. I probably went to the credit union where I had an account and canceled it. Luckily, never heard from them again. Facts. Yeah, pyramid, like I said before, pyramid schemes are just, they ain't it, brother. And I've gotten offered them too. I think everybody gets offered pyramid schemes once in their life at least, because they're so enticing the way you make it seem. Like, oh yeah, man, if you work for me and then you get two other guys to work for you and they get two other guys to work for them, like, oh man, we're all bosses and we're just making money and we never have to really work, and you only work when you want to, and this and that. It sounds great, but it's not, because you're selling bullshit products that nobody wants. You're going door to door doing nothing. You know what I mean? You really only make your money by getting other suckers to do it. Like, that's the only way you really make money doing it. And it's just, yeah, no thanks. All right, Thailand. Second day of my 2-week-long honeymoon in Thailand. My wife and I decided to go exploring and wanted to visit the local mall in Bangkok. We get off the ferry boat with a map in hand, looking somewhat confused, and a nice, well-dressed Thai man comes up to us asking if we need help in surprisingly good English. He mentioned that the shopping malls are closed till 1 p.m. due to the mourning of the king's death, but he knows of a place where we can get high-end suits and dresses discounted if we follow the road all the way down the tuk-tuk. Thai type of taxi. Will take you there. Sure enough, we walked along the road and a gentleman was waiting right there for us. We hop in, they drop us off at a big fancy clothing store. They separated my wife and I to our men's and women's departments. Much to my dismay and horror, she didn't seem too concerned, so I let it fly. They started showing me fabrics for a custom fitted suit. I picked out some, and before I knew it, I'm being measured. Finally, find my wife, and she has 2 dresses picked out. The grand total came out to be $1,500 American dollars. We leave, and the same tuk-tuk is waiting for us and then takes us to a jewelry store where a gentleman is showing us rare gemstones. My wife is a sucker for jewelry, so buys one. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, and buys one. Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. Where did I leave off? Okay, sucker so buys one for about $250. We finally leave and get our regular cab back to our hotel. I pull out my phone and looked up the suit place we went to. It literally was hundreds of people describing the scam from the beginning. Nice, well-dressed Thai man from giving assistance to the tuk-tuk driver to the end. We felt absolutely robbed, and also read that the gemstone was fake, hence the no return policy. Damn, son. Yeah, when you're in foreign countries, you got to be very, very careful of, like, people trying to get you to go places and trying to sell you stuff, because they really will be very, very convincing. And you think like, oh yeah, this is just their custom. Oh yeah, when in Rome, right? You know what I mean? And honestly, I would stick to very name brand things. I would stick to like large populated touristy areas. I really wouldn't go exploring in a lot of countries. Like, sadly, I would say the only countries you could really go and explore, if I'm being honest with you, are very first world countries. Something like a UK or most of Europe is okay, but I mean, there are some scammy people. Even if you go to like Italy, Paris, and France, there are some scammy people that are gonna try to be like, oh, hey, come over to my thing, and and it's convincing, and you're like, oh my god, the French accent is really great, but they're trying to sell you some bullshit a lot of the times. And if I'm being honest with you, mainland Europe, there's a lot of like trafficking going on, if I'm being honest with you, and that's a little rough, just because in certain parts of Europe prostitution is legal, so it's like, if they can get the girl, you know what I mean, a lot of times it's legal in certain parts of Europe. So that's why I'm like, UK though, UK is not that way. I've only ever been to the UK twice, and in the 2 times I've been there, it's kind of like America, if I'm being honest with you. The UK is kind of like America, but just everything kind of seems a little backwards, and the food is not all that good, you know what I mean? But when you talk to a lot of the people, you'll get the vibe and sense of America. I've never been to Korea, so I don't know much about that, but I know a lot of people who have been to Korea, they're like, it's actually very nice, and you don't really have to stick to the touristy areas. You can kind of actually explore and have fun. I've heard Japan is the same way. It's very Americanized, where it's like you don't really have to stick. The one thing about Japan though is they do have certain places where they will not serve foreigners, and you know what I mean, they won't let you in, they won't serve you, none of that kind of stuff, and that's kind of crazy to me, but it is what it is. Australia is kind of the same way. Australia is kind of like how would I put it? Because it's not like in America. It's not at all. It's vastly different. You know what I mean? When you talk to a lot of the people, it kind of seems like, okay, this seems very familiar, but everything there is kind of like America bigger is better, and then in Australia it's like we're gonna do it even bigger than America. It's weird. And then like there you can go to different places, and they're not really as like scammy, that like people will invite you to shit, but it kind of seems a little more normal. Like, hey mate, come on over and hang out with us and let's do this. Oh, I know a great place that you can go to, mate, and it's fantastic. And you're like, oh, okay, cool, and it's legit. I've only ever been to Australia once, and the one time that I have been there, I was like, yo, this is kind of dope. I didn't know what to expect, but because I went to Melbourne, and so Melbourne was a lot of fun, but I think Sydney was better. Melbourne was kind of boring, if I'm being honest with you. There wasn't much there. So I was just like there's not really much here, and then everyone that I talked to, they're like, oh yeah, Sydney is where like the nightlife is, and where, if you're trying to get into something, you go there, and it's like, oh, okay. But yeah. Yeah, a lot of countries, man, I wouldn't go adventuring, man. It just, it's not a good look. Not a good look. All right. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more. Okay. I was driving to downtown Dallas for a job interview and was pulling into a parking lot, the kind where you pay at the kiosk $10 or whatever for the day. A clearly homeless guy on a rental bike wearing some kind of generic work uniform shirt, like what you would see a mechanic wear, saw me pull in and came over to wave me into a spot, then bikes over to my window. I rolled it down. Good job parking, he said. Now you can pay me. He held up a wad of parking tickets. I said, knowing this wasn't legit at all, but not really wanting to start an argument with a guy who had nothing to lose and would be outside around my car while I would be trapped inside for an interview for a few hours. How much? He said $10, so I paid him, and then he handed me a parking receipt and biked off in a hurry. It actually was a legit ticket for that lot, but expired the day before. Oh well, good hustle, gotta respect that. Had to pay an extra $6 to park there, but whatever. You know, sometimes you just don't want to deal with the bullshit. Like in LA, you deal with that all the fucking time, man. Anywhere you want to park, you gotta pay for it in LA. Anywhere. It's ridiculous. And sometimes you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to pay it so I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to worry about it. And you just deal with it. You know, and I'm sure in bigger major cities, you know, Dallas, Austin, Miami, New York, you know, really big cities. I'm sure Chicago and, you know, St. Louis and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure even like New Orleans, just these bigger cities. I'm sure it's like you pay for parking every fucking where you go. And it's just one of those things where it's like, man, it's fucking normalized. You know, all you Midwestern people are like, what? You guys pay for parking? That's crazy. Oh my God. Because I have family that live like in Arizona and North Dakota, and they don't know nothing about that. They're like, paying for parking? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You already pay taxes and you pay for your car. You know, like what the fuck is going on here? And I'm like, I know, man. I know. It's just the fucking world we live in, man. You know, it's craziness. It's crazy out here. But hey, it is what it is. You know, we getting scammed every day, baby. You know what I mean? It's called income tax. You know what I mean? We get scammed every day. I know y'all with me on that one. Like, shit, Uncle Sam got his hand out. You know, motherfucker, I work for this money. But it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about that thread down in the comments below. If you have a time that you got scammed, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to read it. Check it out. All right, let's hop into announcements. You guys' worst part of the show. All right, patreon.com/MyLastWill Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on today's episode, as well as Sunday episodes. All right. If you're primarily an audio listener, keep downloading the podcast. It lets me know that you guys are loving what we're doing over here, and I appreciate that. If you are, and also rate us 5 stars if you haven't already. It helps out a lot. If you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as the YouTubes. Helps out a lot, man. Appreciate it all. And guess what, baby? It's for free. And if it's for free, then it's for me, and it's all about it. I love you guys so much for all the support you guys have been showing over this past year. I've been enjoying doing this show so much for you guys. You guys enjoy coming back, and I appreciate that. So, without further ado, let's get into our scenarios for today. First one is, am I the asshole for bringing my degree to work to prove I graduated? Wait, what? Why? Why would you have to prove that you graduated? All right, let's see. Try not to make this long. I, 32 male, work in an office where everybody has at least a bachelor's degree. This is relevant. Most of my coworkers have their degrees framed on the walls of their office, and some also have pictures of them in their graduations. In fact, I think I'm the only one who doesn't. I rather decorate my walls with pictures of my wife and me on trips we've taken. I also don't even attend my college graduation, or I didn't even attend my college graduation. Not much for ceremonies, so I don't have any cap and gown pictures, which has never bothered me. Recently, a coworker, we'll call him John, started suggesting that I didn't actually go to college and lied to get this job. The accusation was so ridiculous that I basically ignored it, but that just seemed to convince him more. He started saying dumb stuff like, must be nice to have gotten this job without doing any real work. I wish I could have gotten this job without student loans. And if you'd gone to college like the rest of us, you'd understand. I tried ignoring him, thinking he probably just wanted to start drama, but eventually I could sense the other coworkers beginning to think John might be right, since I wasn't really disputing it. I figured I'd just bring in my damn degree and put it to an end. Now, here's the thing. I did really well in school, well enough that I graduated with a first-class honors, which my diploma says. I've never mentioned this to anyone at work because I didn't feel that it was important. The degree itself is what matters. However, when I brought in my diploma. My coworkers really focused on the first class honors thing. I kind of became the hot shot of the office that day, which was really weird. My boss insisted I add it to my wall, saying it looks good for the company. My coworkers began teasing John about the whole thing, pointing out that his degree doesn't say anything about honors and saying it was a dumb accusation. Now John is pissed off, calling me an asshole, saying I made him look bad with the whole honors thing. He made himself look bad. Fuck you, nigga. Thing, and said I could have found some other way to prove I graduated without bringing in the degree. So am I the asshole for bringing my diploma to work to prove I graduated and making John look bad? Fuck you, John. I'm not an asshole for giving you what you wanted. That's what you wanted, right? Yo, bitch ass was instigating, and then you got what you wanted, and now look at you. You look stupid as fuck, huh, John? You look stupid as fuck. And I'd be rubbing it in his face, too. I'd be like, yeah, nigga. Yeah. Yeah, you stupid fuck. Look at that. Look at that. Suck my dick, John. You know what I mean? You want to talk all that shit on the Xbox Live? I got you. I got you, baby. You know, I'd give him a reason to call me an asshole. Fuck out of here, bro. How you gonna make my accomplishments look small because I don't post them up or show them to everybody, or because other people don't know I have it or whatever? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. You know what I mean? And then when I show you, dumbass, you're like, oh, you're an asshole because you made me look bad. Blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck you, John. That's what you get, nigga. You know, you got what you wanted, and now you mad that you got what you wanted. You a little bitch, nigga, and we all know it. It's all good. You the bitch of the office. It's alright. It's alright. I tried to ignore you. I tried to save you this pain. You know, I tried. I tried to help you out, but you didn't want to help. You didn't want my help. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you what you want, man. Make you look stupid. Because that's what those kind of people need. They need to look fucking stupid. They need to be called out on their bullshit, man. Fuck all this nicety bullshit. Like, nah. This is what you wanted, John. It's what you wanted, and you got it. You got it tenfold, sadly. Why? Because you was talking the shit on the Xbox Live, and I said, bam, nigga. Bam. And you're like, oh, yeah, motherfucker. Fuck you, man. That's all I got to say about that one. You let me know what you think about that one in the comments, man. Hey, if you agree with me, hey, comment down, fuck John. You know what I mean? My partner, 42 female, and me, 50 male, is angry because I said I won't mediate between him and his... mediate between him and his daughter anymore. Am I wrong? All right. We are common law, 8 years, and he has a 20-year-old daughter from a previous marriage. She's in college now, but previously she lived with us half the time and with her mom the other half of the time. My partner tends to get really upset over perceived slights, especially if he feels rejected. He has a poor relationship with his daughter's mom, and they've never really co-parented well together. And if something comes up where he feels his daughter is choosing her mom, he gets hurt and upset. I've tried to point out that his daughter loves her mom, but he just keeps saying that his daughter knows her mom has been awful to him. I don't know if she actually sees it that way or not. Anyway, to the issue, over the years, there have been several times where he and his daughter get into a fight over him feeling hurt/rejected. Well, he needs to stop being a fucking bitch. That's what he needs to stop being. To be honest, I think he's being far too sensitive. Facts. I said it before she did. Like, we feel the same thing. You being a bitch. She just said it nice. That's all. I was just a little more real with it. In these scenarios, and overreacts. He's emotional and lashes out. Again, he's a bitch. And his daughter is far more quite logical. And when he acts like this, she tends to shrug and say, okay. The problem comes in that after a few days of not hearing from her, my partner wants me to reach out and be the go-between to try to explain to her why her actions have hurt him, to remind her of how much he loves her and how much he does for her. and to encourage her to get in touch with him. I've done this several times and I really dislike it, and I don't feel like it's my place, even though the end result is she usually goes back in contact with him anyway. I feel like being a mediator is something you'd ask someone to do once in a lifetime for something really serious. Not a bunch of stupid fights, especially when I think he overreacted to begin with. Facts. Yet after another fight, he asked me to get in touch with her, and I explained I don't want to do that anymore. He accused me of being supportive, and he says that, or of not being supportive, I'm sorry. He accused me of not being supportive, and he says he doesn't care if I don't like doing it, and that I make everything about myself. Am I wrong? What? Okay, alright. I make everything about myself, and I'm helping you? I'm helping you out, you little bitch nigga? Like, no. Look. My parents, they don't like each other at all. I don't think they hate each other, but they don't like each other at all. And that's fine. But they don't sit there and be like getting in my ass because I have a relationship with both of my parents, but they don't like each other. But my mom doesn't talk bad about my dad, and my dad doesn't talk bad about my mom just to try to get me to pull in one or the other direction. Like, I think that is really stupid that he does that. Oh, your mom is this and that, and your mom did that, and your mom. And it's like, bro, chill out. Like, that's my mom. I'm going to have a relationship with him with her and you. Like, bro, relax. You know what I mean? And then for him, it's like, who the fuck cares? She is 20 years old. She's an adult. She can make her own decisions. If she wants to decide to have a relationship with both of you guys, let her and move the fuck on. Who cares? That's why her and I agree that he's being a bit of a baby back bitch about this. And it's like, dude, why do you care so much? You know, you don't need to. You don't need to care that much. Like, why are you caring so much? Like, what you need to be doing is focusing on the relationship that you have with your girl and your daughter. And that's that. Who cares about their relationship, what they do, what they get into, what they talk about, whatever. Like, nobody cares about that. And even your, let's say girlfriend, they're not really married. They're common law, but even your girl is kind of just like, bro, relax, like, chill out. Like, why are you so emotionally invested in this? You know what I mean? You want your daughter to see her mother the way that you see her so bad, and it's ridiculous. Like, why? Give it up. It's fine. Let her have her relationship, because her relationship with her mom has nothing to do with you. Nothing. It has nothing to do with you. It's like, I don't get it. I'm being honest with you. I don't fucking get it. You know, and I'm sure she's writing this in like, I don't get it either. Why the fuck is he being so emotional, calling me an asshole because I don't want to sit there and have to pick up the pieces between him and his daughter all the fucking time. Like, that shit's annoying. You know, like, she looks at it like, bro, I don't want to have to keep picking up the fucking pieces for you because you're not mature enough to have a mature conversation with your daughter or be able to accept the fact that your daughter has a relationship with her mother. You know, my bad that you can't deal with that. That's your problem. That's not my problem. And how am I trying to make this about me when you're obviously making this exclusively about you? You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You're over here like, oh, I don't care how you feel about it. Just help me out. Oh, me. You know, like, you're a little emotional ass baby back bitch, bro. That is what you really are, because you're focusing on the complete wrong things. You're not focusing on your relationship with your daughter and your girl. You know, fuck with what her mom's got going on and her relationship with her daughter. Like, so what? So what? That's her daughter. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Again, I just think he's being a baby back bitch. You're not an asshole at all. I don't think you should be even in the middle of that regardless. I think he should just accept the fact that his daughter has a relationship with her mom and her dad, and she is 20 years old and she's a fucking adult. You know what I mean? Even if she was 18, I would still say the same thing. You're an adult. She is an adult now. She is recognized as an adult by the U.S. government. Okay, so by that standard, she is able to do the things that she wants to do and make the decisions that she wants to make. And that's that. It is what it is. You know, some people sit there and they say, oh, 18 is still a kid. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, not to the U.S. government. You know what I mean? So fuck what you think. Who cares at that point? It's like she can make her own decisions that she wants. She's a grown ass adult at this point. You know, it just is what it is, man. Let me know what you think about that one in the comments, though. Let me know if I'm wrong. If, you know, he's in the right, whatever. Let me know. Okay. Let's get on to our next one. Am I the asshole for breaking up with a girl with an STD?
Bruh.
Oh, shit. Okay. For some context, I, 20 male, have only had one partner in my life. We lived together for around 2 years. 2 years and a half, so 2.5 years. Last year being long distance. She dumped me more than a year ago in order to explore her sexuality. Yeah, she belongs to the streets. Yeah, we know what that is about. We both were virgins and were each other's first, so I saw her point, although I didn't agree on it. Yeah, 'cause she wanted to be a hoe. I haven't been with other women as I don't see the point on doing one night stands. Okay. Doing one night stands or anything else. I tried to be, English is not his first language. I tried to be a realist. I didn't get turned on enough if I saw I didn't had an emotional connection with the other person. Anyways, I had a crush on this other girl, 24 female, let's call her A, for some time, and I finally asked her out, and we've been on a couple of dates. Everything was good, and we seemed to get along. She brought up the topic of previous sexual partners as some of her friends wondered if I was a virgin. I told her about my preferences and how I had a midterm relationship with a girl, and this was my only experience. I then asked her, and although she initially refused, she admitted to have had a crazy year last year where she slept with 14 guys. Yo! She belongs to the streets. Last year, no more than 3 times with the same guy. She also claimed to have had 3 other more serious partners before. This made me feel a bit worried as I saw our differences, our backstories were, and how it could affect us. Okay. However, the straw that broke the camel's back was when I asked her what made her stop her crazy year, and she replied that she got syphilis from the last. I laughed a bit thinking she was joking. We both got a bit of a dark humor, but she looked serious at me and said she was being treated, and since she got diagnosed early, she was told that she could get over it easily. I went silent for a bit and then tried to continue with the date. However, we were a bit off of the mood. We were out of the mood and decided it was the best to go home. I called a taxi for her. She paid it though. The morning we chatted a bit about it. She admitted to have let all 3 of her boyfriends and like 10 of the guys to fuck her without any protection. I told her that was quite irresponsible and was a deal breaker for me, so she could consider our thing broken. Facts. She said she understood. However, her friends, some of them common, or that's what I thought, have been calling me insensitive, pitiless, or old-fashioned. Am I the asshole? Fuck no. Fuck no. And I would tell those bitches, you wouldn't date a guy who's got syphilis and said that he fucked 14 girls raw. You wouldn't date that guy. So I'm not going to date that girl. Fuck you. Fuck you. That bitch, she belongs to the streets, and she should stay on them streets. You know, the only reason she said that she stopped her crazy year is because she got syphilis. If she wouldn't have got syphilis, that 14 number would have probably been 104. This bitch was fucking, bro. She was fucking, and I'm so glad that you were man enough to be like, hey, I get that you dealing with some syphilis and all that kind of shit, and I think what you were doing was very irresponsible, but look, that's the choices that you made. That's the type of person that you are. I'm not going to sit here and try to change you or anything like that. Consider us done, and I'm good. I'm out. Piece of chicken grease, bitch. Because you want to go out there and you want to be a hoe, that's cool. That's on your time. But you ain't about to sit here and try to be a reformed hoe because you got an STD. And you trying to put that on me. Oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah. Because I know you ladies would not date a dude who has got a dirty dick. Talking about, oh yeah, I got syphilis. Yeah, I fucked like 14 bitches without condom. That was my bad though. You know what I mean? Like, I hope you still accept me. You wouldn't accept him at all. So the fact that these chicks are saying, oh, you're heartless, oh, you're pissed, fuck you. Because you know you wouldn't date a dude who's got an STD. So there's no way I'm dating a girl who's got an STD and being a hoe. I don't care if it was 14, I don't care if it was 10, I don't care if it was 5. The fact that you just are like, oh yeah, I had a crazy year and I'm just fucking around. That's stupid. That's craziness to me. Like, no. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, she would not take him if he had her story. There's no way. She probably would have cut it off without even telling him. She would have just ghosted the nigga. At least he had the common courtesy to tell her and be like, hey, I don't want to be with you because you make bad fucking decisions. What do I look like dating up the used car? Like, fuck out of here. I'm not buying the used car for the full price. The fuck out of here, man. All these dudes nutted in you and left. And I know they nutted in you because they fucked you raw, bro. Nah.
She belongs to the streets.
And they mad cold, baby. And they mad cold. You guys are you can get mad at me all you want about that, but there ain't no way that you bitches would date a dude who's got dirty dick. I'm sorry. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. And you can't convince me that you would. Fuck out of here. All right. You guys can yell at me in the comments about that one. But if you agree with me, hey, you know what it is. All right, this is going to be our last one for today. Thank you guys so much. If you've gotten this far in the episode, you might have already clicked off because of the previous story. But hey, it is what it is. If you're still here, you're a real one. Love you. Again, patreon.com/MyNastalPodcast. You want to get that exclusive episode every single Friday as well as being able to send in your snares like these people did. Get on there, man. Again, if you're an audio listener, keep downloading. Rate us 5 stars. If you want to help even more on the free 99 side of things, Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. Get on there, baby. Appreciate you guys so much. Let's get into our last scenario for today. I'm losing my voice, so this is going to be the last one today. My mother-in-law is cheating on her husband.
She belongs to the streets.
You know, my mother-in-law, 45 female. Damn, 45. She 45 and she out here belonging to the streets. Come on now. Has been in an unhappy and unhealthy marriage for many years. She has decided to stay in her current marriage mainly for her children, 18 male and 16 male. She does not want her 2 children from her current marriage to have a broken family like her 2 previous children, 30 male and 27 male. Last year, divorce has been aired, but it's only one-sided. Her husband does not want a divorce. He's comfortable and financially secure as a couple. Yeah, because he knows that if you guys get divorced, she gonna take that money. She gonna take that money and he gonna have to pay it. And that's why he don't want a divorce. Because I wouldn't either. Especially if I was making good-ass money and I was doing my thing. Shit, bitch, you ain't getting my 50%. And I know that's why he don't want that divorce. Because he knows he's going to have to pay that money. Ooh, I'm just saying. Just trying to keep it hundo P out here in these streets. As cold as they are. All right. After her 2 children with him has expressed that they do not want to leave their father, she feels going ahead with the divorce will cause them to resent her. She has no confidence in divorcing him because the divorce will not be amicable, as he has made remarks that he will not sign any papers and fears he will claim on her business, facts, leaving her to dry out. She also feels she will suffer financially to keep up mortgage payments of their family home that is jointly owned by her and her husband. She thinks that he will not continue to keep up the mortgage payments if she decides to move out to start the process of separation, as well as paying for the property to move away from her husband. As As her children, she thinks this will create a confusing living arrangement for them, as these fears has made her feel trapped in the marriage, consistently unhappy, and has led to her making poor decisions, such as cheating, which has happened numerous times last year and is currently happening. She has only told me about a few occasions, but I don't doubt that cheating has happened every time she's away. Her cheating usually happens on weekends and trips away with her girlfriends, who are also dealing with the same relationship issues and are also cheating on their partners. It seems like a convenient relationship. This shift of attitude and behavior also seems like she is reliving her 20s, and to state the obvious, she is seeking the attention and validation that she is not getting at home. The stories she has told me makes me look at her as an inexperienced and naive 18-year-old and not a 40-year-old woman with many lived experiences. As for me, 25 female, my mother-in-law, we have developed a good relationship over the years, so she feels comfortable sharing these details with me. Oh, I'm sure she does. She's like, ooh, there was this guy, he fucked me so good, he bent me over, and I was like, oh, Jesus, his dick was so big, girl, I can't believe what I was missing out there. Man, I'm so sick and tired of my husband, like, man, she's probably spilling all the tea. Woo! Okay. However, she has specifically asked me not to tell my partner, her eldest son from her previous marriage. I know her other son from her previous marriage, 27 male, knows snippets of her cheating, but I do not know to what extent. I feel it would be wrong to talk to him about this, as is their mother. My partner's brother, 27 male, has not told his eldest brother, my partner, of what he knows, as he believes his eldest brother is much closer to the mother, so this could upset him and create a friction in the relationship. I understand why she does not want her eldest son, my partner, to know, or any of her children from her current marriage, as she does not want to be viewed in a negative way. However, me and my partner tell each other everything, so keeping this from her has been killing me. And telling a family member of mine is also not an option in order to protect my mother-in-law's reputation. In terms of how I feel, guilt is eating me up and I can't stand lying to my partner, but telling him would also mean I'm betraying her. On the flip side, if I tell my partner, I could potentially ruin the relationship between him and his mother. In terms of my relationship, if my partner finds out that I knew about this all this time, and I have not told him, I know he would feel betrayed and I would risk our relationship. But I'm not afraid if left. I'm not afraid. I've left it too long now in an attempt to protect his mother. I also feel that I am being complacent in her cheating by telling her to be careful and not to get caught. I don't condone cheating, but what else can I say? I know this is wrong and condoning her action repeats the cycle, but what can I do when the deed has been done? I'm in two minds about my responsibility in this situation, but at the same time, I'm torn, thinking she's fully capable adult that is aware of the actions and consequences. I don't think I am in any position to call her out or tell her how I truly feel, as I know she will have her own justification. I also know if her husband were to find out about any of this, she would be in a very dangerous position. She knows this too, but sometimes she risks putting herself in tricky situations that will likely get her caught. I know she has been getting away with this for far too long now, but maybe her husband has been suspicious after all. He has been loyal himself throughout the marriage. I truly believe the truth will eventually come out. I'm just scared for her and what will potentially happen. Now, look, as far as telling your partner, I would have the brother do it. That way it's coming from a family member, and if your partner is just like telling the brother, hey, who did you hear that from? He's like, I heard it from mom herself, dog. What do you mean? She told me that she's cheating on dad and she's doing all this shit, or stepdad or whatever, and doing this shit, like, I don't know what to do, man. Like, help me out, And so that way, it won't like fuck up you guys' relationship. Yeah, it's going to fuck up his relationship with his mom, but it's like, look, she made her own bed and she's got a lie in it, if I'm being real with you. Now, look, as far as her situation in her marriage and stuff, I understand staying for the kids, but you have to understand at the same time, your kids are not little. Your kids are 18 and 16. You need to have a grown-up adult conversation with them and tell them, look, mommy and daddy just don't love each other anymore, and that we can't be together, and mom is going to move out of the house, and, I am not going to be with your dad anymore. Like, you need to have these adult conversations, because if you don't, all you're going to do is just prolong the hurt. That's all you're doing. You're just prolonging the hurt to later in their 20s or whatever. So it's like, don't do that. They're 18 and 16. They can understand this. You sit them down. You have an adult conversation with them. You let them know what's going on and the truth. And then you move out of that house. And, you keep serving him the divorce papers until he wants to get a divorce. Obviously, with you not being in the house, that allows you to go, fuck on the Chads and the Tyrones and the, Thundercocks of the world and do your thing. And then you can do it without fearing of getting caught and all this bullshit. It's like, bro, you need to start making some grown-up decisions for yourself. You're 45 years old, woman. You need to make some grown-up decisions for yourself. You need to have an adult conversation with your kids. You need to move out of that house and find a place of your own so you can continue your little escapades and activities as you wish. And then, keep trying to get a divorce with your guy. That is where it needs to be. You know what I mean? And the girl that wrote it in, instead of enabling her behavior and be like, oh, being careful and this and that, you need to be real with her and tell her the fucking truth and be like, hey, you need to get your fucking life together. What are you doing? You need to move out of this house. You need to talk to your kids, and you need to divorce this nigga. I get he doesn't want a divorce. Oh, well, shove that shit down his fucking throat. But, and I guarantee you, by you having an adult conversation with the kids and then you leaving and living somewhere else, that's going to get him to sign those papers, because now he's seeing the reality of it. Right now, he thinks that you're not doing anything about it. He's like, I knew she didn't want to get a divorce. She's still living here. She's still eating my food and hanging out in my house. And, they probably fuck from time to time or whatever the case may be. He's not taking it serious because you're not doing anything about it. He wants some action. He wants to see you actually doing some shit. And that's what you should have told her. You should have been like, what you need to do, you need to have an adult conversation with your kids. You need to leave, and you need to force him to divorce you. Just is what it is, man. It's a harsh reality, but it's the truth. But she keeps prolonging it and ignoring it by going out and cheating and doing all this stuff and staying here. And she thinks that she's doing something noble by staying for the kids. And it's like, you're really fucking the kids over into their adult life. You might as well have that adult conversation with them now before shit gets even worse. But I'm losing my voice. That's today's show. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. Let me know what you guys think about all the scenarios that we've gone over today, as well as the thread. If you want to let me know, what you thought about any of this, and down in the comments, please do. Love it all. Those audio listeners, keep downloading. Rate us 5 stars. Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. Man, get on the Patreon if you want to be a part of the Tuesday and Sunday shows. I love you guys all. I'll see you on Thursday for A Court of Thorns and Roses. We're almost done with that book, so thank goodness. And then we can get into our next book. Court of Thorns and Roses is good. I don't know. It's a book where, like, it starts out slow, it gets good, and then it kind of dips down a bit. I don't know. But you guys seem to be enjoying it. That's awesome. I appreciate that. I'll see you guys on Thursday, though. Love you all, and peace.